Good morning, and welcome back to the Homeschool Library. Doing things a little bit different this morning. It is a windy day here in southwest Kansas. We've already got gusts going well over 50 miles an hour, and it's not even 5 o'clock a.m. And out in the little green schoolhouse, it's not as protected from the wind sound-wise. You can really hear that wind blowing around the eaves and by the windows, so it's a little bit noisy. So this morning, we're back here in the house, here in a little bit of the basement library, and eventually you're going to get a tour of some of this too. But just for this morning, I wanted to introduce a series that I mentioned in my last video of things that I want to do in 2026, and I'm going to start one right now. I talked about doing a series on things that we use for homeschooling here, literature-wise. Things that I'd like to call essential books for boys, essential books for girls, and of course, many of those would overlap, certainly between the two. So for this is number one video, essential books for boys here. And the very first book that I'd like to showcase on what I feel is significant in that regard is this one right here, Farmer Boy by Laura Ingalls Wilder. This is book 3 in the Little House on the Prairie series by Laura Ingalls Wilder. This is the book that introduces her eventually to be husband, Almonzo. If you're fans of the books or you're fans of even the television show, which has very little to do with the books themselves, you kind of know the story on that. This is the story of Almonzo Wilder, growing up on his parents' farm in upstate New York in the, I think, just after the Civil War, just prior to the Civil War. I don't remember exactly now. Almonzo is several years older than her. I know the Little House first book started off in about 1867. So this one I think might take place a little bit before that. Now, the Little House books have always taken a very special place in my life and in my heart because I've actually got a family connection. Yeah, I know it seems like this stuff takes place a long time in the past, but it's not as long ago, really, as you might think. My great, my great great grandparents were actually good friends with Laura and Almonzo Wilder after they had moved to their farm in Missouri, around Mansfield, Missouri. They're actually buried almost next to each other. There's one grave between the graves of Laura and Almonzo and my great great grandparents. And in their later years, as Laura and Almonzo got older in the early 1940s, one of my dad's older cousins, his family moved back to the Mansfield, Missouri area, and my dad's cousin Larry was his name. He actually, as a little boy, he worked for Laura and Almonzo. In Almonzo's apple orchard, he did lawn work for them. So I mean, he knew the family. So anytime we head back to that area of Missouri, we always stop and see not just family, but also we like to visit Laura and Almonzo's graves. I mean, you can't not; they're right there. So that's fun, just for me, and just a fun little story that I thought I'd share. But that has nothing to do with why I'm doing this video this morning. What is so significant about the book Farmer Boy, and why I consider it to be such an essential book for young boys? This is more than just a kid's book. Yes, it is, but there's a lot of lessons that can be learned here, especially lessons that we try to instill in our children. And if you've read the book, you might recall some of these. Maybe I'd like to get you to thinking about the book series as a whole, and this especially maybe in a new way that you've never thought about it before. So when I read this, and we haven't started this yet, this is one of the next book that I read with my son. Uh, Almonzo, as a young boy, he's growing up on his father's farm in upstate New York, hence the title, Farmer Boy. The Over the course of the story, of course, he's dealing with sibling dynamics. He's got older siblings, and there's if you have kids, you know that some of those dynamics as they grow, develop, they can be a struggle. Well, Almonzo goes through those same struggles, and how do we deal with those in a productive, healthy way? Another major lesson that I think is very significant in here, which is if you're a farmer, you understand the difference between freedom and responsibility. Almonzo's dad is very uh, he feels very strongly about the freedom that a farmer has in their life. They are should be beholden to none, and they can largely do what they want. They can plant what they want, they can harvest when they want, but they also have a responsibility uh, to not only take care of their land, because if you don't take care of your land, it will cease to be productive for you. If you don't rigorously set yourself to a schedule of things of when things need to be done, how things need to be done properly, then your family might go hungry over the winter. So you have a responsibility to feed not only your family but to the land that takes care of you. And that freedom and responsibility, they go hand in hand, and that is a major component of many of the events throughout the book as Almonzo learns to navigate growing up on his family's farm. And even towards the end, where there's some choice of whether does Almonzo want to continue life on the farm. Yes, his father wants him to continue. Um, this is a land that can be passed down into the family, and he wants his son to step up and take that responsibility. But he also recognizes that his son has the freedom to choose whether or not he wants to do that or if he wants to go on and lead a different life. And in that, there's also a major disagreement between Almonzo's father and mother. His mother is very, very antagonistic to Almonzo leaving the farm. And his dad, even though his dad has built this and wants to leave it to his son, he needs to offer his son that freedom, the freedom to choose. Excuse me. Almonzo's mother is another great character in here, something that can be learned for both boys and girls, just people in general. His mother is very, very frugal. There are many detailed descriptions in here about how she uses everything from the harvest. There's nothing left. In the scene of the butchering, I think they're butchering a pig at one point. Everything is used, which that's something. If you've ever butchered a pig, you know some you can. I think the line is you can use everything except the squeal, and that is true when it comes to hog butchering, and that's a major part of the book here. Just not letting anything go to waste, which goes back into the responsibility. It's like, yeah, you've got the freedom to throw away whatever you want, but you have a responsibility to the product and to your livelihood and to your basic family economics to make sure that you use everything that the good Lord has provided. But I think the number one reason for me as a father, not just as an educator, but as a dad, on why I feel that this is so important and why I'm recommending this as an absolute essential book for boys is the dynamics between father and son. A major part of this is Almonzo learning from his older brother, Royal, who they don't always get along. Royal sometimes takes a bit of the father role before he's ready for it, but at the end of the day, it all comes back to the father, Almonzo's dad. If you want to give a growing boy an example of how to be a good man, and I mean like a truly good man, this is a great book to start off with. Almonzo's dad is very strict, very rigid when it comes to these are how things need to be done, but he's also very fair, firm but kind. He's funny, not absolutely not above sharing a joke. He's ornery. He loves playing jokes. It's something that the kids, especially Almonzo, uh, absolutely inherit. Uh, and that dynamic, Almonzo learning from his father what it takes to be a good man, a good human, a good dad, a good steward of everything that he has been given. That I think is the biggest takeaway from Laura Ingalls Wilder's Farmer Boy. Have you read it? Do you want to read it? Are you fans of the Little House books? Is it time to revisit them? Maybe if you haven't read them since you were a kid, let me know what you think. Start the conversation, and maybe you have some other ideas on what you would consider to be essential books for boys, essential books for girls. That'll be the next one that I do. I'm going to try to flip flop back and forth. It may not always work that way, just kind of whatever I come up with. So I'm going to leave you with this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, like, share, subscribe, push the like button, leave a conversation. That really helps, and I love engaging with all of my subscribers. I've got the best group. You guys are awesome. You're so supportive, and I love all of you. So with that, I'm going to head back upstairs and start my day. We'll see you next time. Brad out.